Noel Passeri, Weekly Précis, Charles Postel's The Populist Vision. In his monograph, The Populist Vision, Charles Postel argues that the populist political movement of the late 19th century was a force for cutting-edge, progressive modernization rather than stagnation and resentment. He posits his argument against previous historiographical interpretations of 19th-20th century populism, notably Richard Hofstadter, who argued that populism was largely a reactionary rural movement fueled by fear and resentment of the ascending industrial capitalist order. For Postel, the populists in the U.S. in the 19th century sought to utilize progressive statist political thinking in order to provide an alternative socio-political model to industrial capitalism. Through this alternative, populists sought to benefit the rural and urban working classes while modernizing society. The populists structurally had much in common with the progressive movement, a group less vilified by academia when contrasted to populism. Postel organizes his monograph into two sections. The first focuses on specific concerns of farmers and other progressive thinkers that pulled them into populist ideology. The second focuses on the implementation of these concerns into the political arena via the People's Party. For Postel, the populist fixation with modernism had a checkered character. On the one hand, the populists' enthusiasm for educating women, democratizing the electoral system, abolishing the gold standard, and using the state as a tool for implementing social welfare services were positive aspects of the populist legacy that merged with ideas similar to those associated with the progressive movement. Postel notes that populism is often associated with legacies of racism and xenophobia. Postel highlights that progressives also heavily crafted a national racist ideology which viewed segregation laws as a public service, embraced eugenics as part of their love of Darwinism, and fostered characters like Chicken, who combined contempt for the masses with admiration of the elitist authoritarian attitudes of Friedrich Nietzsche. In essence, both populism and progressivism movements and positive reformist and negative racist dimensions to their character. Ultimately, Postel sees the legacy of populism as being appropriated by the 19th century Democratic Party, notably through the presidential run of William Jennings Bryan. While the populist movement ultimately dissolved by the 20th century, Postel sees populism as planting the seeds of many modern socioeconomic political policies of the 20th century U.S. Rather than fearing concepts of the modern, Postel painted the populist movement in the U.S. as an agent for modernity. According to Postel, populism, despite its flaws, should be viewed as a movement that sought to merge modernity, politics, and the desire for principled justice.